Okay, if you like horsepower, you're gonna probably enjoy the next batch of cars I have listed here. Number 19, 1999 to 2004 Ford Lightning. Now, this is an awesome truck. You know, you could take your girlfriend out, go to Home Depot, throw some horse shit, some manure in the back of the bed, you know, go gardening, go to IKEA, all that fun stuff, spend time with your girl. Then go straight to the drag strip right after that, rip some nice quarter-mile times, and drive home in a nice, big, comfortable vehicle. I love superchargers. I love the supercharger whining sound. They just sound badass to me, and that's why I love the Lightning. It's one of those vehicles that hold their values pretty well, so I probably won't own one of these someday. I mean, I would like to, but they just hold their value well, and I'm not counting on them to be, under 10 grand anytime soon. I'm sure I could find some, but I'm sure they're abused. A nice example of these things, it's probably going to take a while before I could afford one, so I probably won't get one in my lifetime, but I've always admired them. I love watching videos on them. So badass trucks, fun for two people, as I mean, it only seats like 2 or 3, but if there's just 2 of you, it's the ultimate activity, truck. Alright, number 18. I gotta have a super expensive car on my list that I'll never be able to afford. But how could you not like Diablos? Most people my age like the Countach. I personally prefer the Diablo. Nice car. I think it's a shame that you see a billion Civics out there with Lambo doors. Just let the Lamborghinis have them. It's their doors. Let them keep it. So this is the first car on my list that's unattainable. I'll never own one, but I love them. They're nice. I mean, nothing looks like a Lamborghini on the road. So number 18, first unattainable car on my list. Number 17, 06 to 2010 Porsche Cayman. This is my favorite Porsche. I think that's what the British people say, Porsche, like the Top Gear guys, but this is my favorite one. I just like how it looks. This is like the affordable exotic for the everyday hard-working guy. These are obtainable cars. Work hard, and this is a car you could obtain, and they're very nice. Big fan of Porsches. Porsche. I don't know what the hell. Whatever, I'll just call it a Porsche, so don't correct me. Porsche, whatever. But I like them. I think it's the nicest of them all. This is the one I would buy if I had the money. Another car I'll probably never own, but who knows? Maybe when I'm old and having a midlife crisis, I'll get one. Alright, I'm not gonna pretend to be some muscle car guru. It's not my era. I didn't grow up in the 60s. But if you're a car enthusiast, I think every car enthusiast needs to have a muscle car once in their life. Oldsmobile 442, that's the one I would pick. I fell in love with it when I saw Demolition Man. So if I had the choice to buy a muscle car, or had the funds, this is the one I would buy. People think of Challengers, Chargers, GTOs, those cars, but this is the one I want. I've always been into like the more obscure cars. And these aren't as popular as like the Chevelles and Challengers, Chargers, so I really like them. And if you've seen Demolition Man, this car's badass in Demolition Man. So this is the obligatory muscle car on my list. Love these things. I don't recall ever seeing one in person, so maybe one day, I gotta own one. Maybe this is the car that I will find in a junkyard and restore it. That's another car guy thing you gotta do once in your life. You gotta restore a car. Maybe I'll restore one of these someday. Olds 442. Check out Demolition Man just for the car. Alright, number 15, my favorite Ford of all time, 03 to 04 Cobra. This car is so badass. I mean, the code name for the engine is Terminator. You gotta love that. One of my favorite videos on YouTube is a type Ricer Flyby Ownage. It's like a bunch of Cobras stopping some Ricer Flyby, but it's badass. One of my favorite videos of all time. And this is my favorite Ford of all time. I like it better than any Ford. And just like the Lightning, supercharged. I believe they're the same engine, and you gotta love the supercharger whine. That combined with the V8 sound, how could you not like that? So, best Ford of all time. This is the Ford I would love to own. I don't know if I'll ever own one of those cars that I probably will never own. I mean, I could get one, but God, there's just so many cars I want. All the cars on my top 30 list, I want them. So, you know, you can't have everything in life. But if I can, I would own this car in a heartbeat. So, once again, favorite Ford of all time. 03 to 04 Cobra. If you're a Ford fan, this is a car to buy. It's the Terminator, for Christ's sakes. So buy it and go terminate everybody from the stoplights.